Hello everyone, Lisa from Epic Yarn Gems. Today I am going to be showing you how to do the diamond waffle stitch. I would classify this stitch as an intermediate stitch. It does make a really great pattern once you get going. The first couple rows can be a little challenging, but after you get those it's just a repeat and it really works up rather quickly. So to start off, we're going to start with a chain in multiples of 4 plus 2. For this example, I did 16 stitches plus 2, so that would be 18. Then you will be going into the second chain from the hook and you'll be doing a single crochet. You will be doing single crochets all the way across the entire chain until you get to the end. Upon completion of this row, you are going to do a chain 2 and turn your work. In the very first stitch that you did the chain 2, you are going to do a double crochet. A double crochet, the first thing you're going to do is yarn over, go underneath the V's, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2 loops on your hook, and then you will yarn over and go through the last 2 loops on your hook. This yarn is not one of my favorite yarns, but it worked up rather nicely for this example. It was able to show the texture. So it is a little bit like splitty, the yarn is, but for this example it worked out okay. I did put a stitch marker here in the first stitch because row 3 is a little complex, so I needed to know where this first stitch was. For row 3, you're going to chain 1 and then you're going to do a front post triple or treble crochet into the bottom row, the first row that was single crochet. So not the double, but right down here, that first row. So we need to find where that post is, and there it is. And we're going to yarn over 2 times. So you're going to wrap the yarn twice around your hook, and you're going to go into the front of where that post starts, come around the back, go around the post, and come back out the front. You'll yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, and pull through the last 2 loops on your hook. Now going back to the top of the row that we were working on, we're going to skip that first stitch and then we're going to do 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. Upon completion of that, we are going to go back down to that first row and do a front post treble crochet 2 together. So we're going to wrap that yarn around twice and we're going to go around that same post that we had done that first front post treble crochet. So when you get to have 2 loops left on your hook, you are going to skip 3 of the posts in that first row, and then you are going to wrap that yarn around your hook 2 more times, and in that 4th post you are going to do that front post treble crochet. This is the 2 together. So you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, you have 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, and when you have 3 loops on your hook, you're going to yarn over and pull through the last 3. Now you can see here that we've created some space between in the row that we are working on. So what you need to do from here is you need to find where your last single crochet was on that top row and go into the next stitch. So you need to skip 1 and go into the next one. And here you are going to do 3 single crochets in the top of your work. Now we're going to go back and we are going to do another front post treble crochet. So yarn over, and we are going to go right into that stitch that we had put the last diagonal, if you want to call it, treble crochet. when you have 2 loops left on your hook, you are going to skip 3, and you are going to go around that next post, which is the 4th post, and you're going to finish the 2 together front post treble crochet. And you're going to do that all the way across until you get to the end. You will be ending this with a straight front post treble crochet. So you're going to repeat that pattern all the way to the end. So now that you did the 2 together, you're going to skip 1 on the top and do 3 single crochets, and then you will be repeating that front post treble crochet 2 together. So you will be yarning over twice. You'll be going around the post that you had worked in last. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, but don't finish the stitch. Here we're going to do the 2 together. So you're going to yarn over, or you're going to wrap your yarn 2 more times, skip 3 of the posts. In the 4th post, you're going to do a front post treble crochet. So you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2. When there's 3 loops left on your hook, you're going to yarn over and go through those last 3. Here we are at the pattern on the top, skipping the next single crochet, or the next crochet, the V on top. We're going to do 3 single crochets just like we normally would, but here we're going to do the front post treble crochet 2 together a little different. It's together with the last single crochet. So you are doing your front post treble crochet like you normally would, or you have been doing all the way across, but when you have 2 loops left on your hook, you are just going to go into that last stitch on the top by not yarning over, but you're going to go into that last stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook now, and you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through all 3. So this is what your pattern's starting to look like. It has the bottom of your diamonds. This took me several times, so if you need to pause the video and go back and watch it a couple times, trust me, it took me several times to do this. So row 4 is nice and easy. You do a chain 2, and in that first stitch you are going to do a double crochet, and you're going to do an entire row of double crochets. So for the start of row 5, you are going to do chain 1 and turn your work. This is a little different of a repeat, but pretty much the same type of stitches. So you are going to do single crochets in the first 2 stitches. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working around the posts from a row down that there were where the diamonds come together, where the legs of the diamond come together. Alright, so let's take a look here. We are going to do a treble or triple crochet, so we're wrapping around twice, and there's that first leg, and we're going to go into the post where that leg comes together, and we're going to do the first part of a treble crochet, and when there's 2 loops left on your hook, you're going to yarn over 2 times, and you're going to go into the post where the next V comes together at the top. And this is the second half of your treble crochet 2 together. So when there's 3 loops left on your hook, you're going to yarn over and go through the 2. So let's go back to the row that we are working on. There are 2 single crochets, and then we're going to skip a stitch. And we are going to do single crochets in the next 3 stitches. After we complete that, we are going to do another front post treble together. We're going to go into the post that we had previously been into when we had finished the 2 together of the previous stitch. And when you have 2 loops left on your hook, you are going to do the second half of the front post treble crochet 2 together by yarning over twice and going into the top of the V, or the top of the diamond from the previous rounds, and you will just finish off that front post treble crochet and going back to the row you were on. There's your last stitch, skip one, and you're going to do 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. So that is the repeat pattern all the way across. It is getting a little easier. And when we get to the very end, it is a little different. So I will come back with you and show you how to finish off this row. Upon completion of that, there should be 3 stitches left. So you are going to skip one and you are going to do single crochets in those last 2 stitches. And you can see the diamonds are starting to form. They're not absolutely perfect, but they are coming together nicely. And the more you get, more rows you get, the more they will look like diamonds. So for row 6, this is just a chain 2, and then we will do a row of double crochets all the way across. Why this video slowed down like this so much, I couldn't tell you, but if you want to see a double crochet in slow motion, here is a good example of how to do a double crochet in super slow-mo. The next thing we're going to do is row 7, which is chain 1, turn your work, and do a single crochet. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go down a row and we're going to do a front post treble crochet. Not the front post treble crochet 2 together, but just a front post treble crochet. And where you're going to be placing your hook is at the top of that diamond, doing the front post, going in through the front, coming around and coming back out through the front. After that, you are going to go back up to the row that we were originally working on, skip 1 stitch, and then you are going to do single crochets in the next 3 stitches. This pattern is probably starting to look familiar to you. And now we're going to go right into our front post treble crochet 2 together. You're going to go back into the top of that post that we had just done. That was the top of the first diamond, and this is where we're going to do that front post 2 together. As you finish up and you have the 2 loops left on your hook, you're going to finish that front post treble crochet by wrapping around twice and then finishing that out, same as we've done before. Like I said, I really want to apologize for the slowness of this video, but I'm not really sure what happened. When you get to the end of this row, you are going to do a front post triple crochet together with the last stitch as a single crochet. If you want to review what that looks like, as we were doing row 3, this is the same end. And now what you are going to do is you are just going to repeat rows 4 through 7 all the way into the length that you want, and you can see that you're getting this really cool diamond pattern on top of what looks like just double crochets. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I do apologize for the slowness of some pieces throughout it. If you have any questions or want to show me how it's going for you, just drop me a note. As always, peace, love, and happiness to y'all. Stay safe out there. Take care.